Hi everyone, I'm Doug Alsdorf. In this short video, we're going to answer question 3 in chapter 5 on loans. And in order to answer this question, we're going to need the loan spreadsheet. So go to the WordPress page, scroll over here to spreadsheets, download the loan spreadsheet, and we're going to need to be on the Loan or Invest tab. So click on the Loan or Invest tab, and now let's have a look at the question itself. Sierra's loving aunt recently died and left her with enough money to pay off her student loan. She has a student loan for $40,000 and an interest rate of 7%. The loan period is 15 years, and she graduated a couple years ago, so she's been paying on that loan for 2 years. She's wondering what the investment growth rates need to be in order to keep the loan and invest her inheritance from her aunt. In other words, she's not going to pay off the loan. So we're going to use that loan or invest tab. And we're going to enter the loan parameters of 7%, 40,000, and 15 years. So there's the 40,000. There's no down payment on that loan, 7% in 15 years. Now we're going to increment the investment percentages from 5% to 15%. And that's these values right here. So let's change these to 5%. And then we're going to increment them. Let's see, I think the question allows us to go by 2% at a time. So let's start at 5%. Then we're going to scroll over here and have a look at this plot. And you can see the plot is showing us with a 5% investment rate compared to it was a 7% interest rate. So the 5% investment rate is much less, and hence pay off the loan is the answer throughout the entire timeline of this 15-year period. Let's now change the 5% to 7% and see if we get any closer. And again, just scroll over to the right. We see, yeah, keep paying off the loan. That's still the answer throughout this entire 15-year timeline. How about 9%? Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we're getting a lot closer, but pay off the loan is still the answer. And I think as you're already figuring out, 11% investment growth rate is going to be when the idea of keeping the loan is the better idea. And so here we're going to say, okay, keep the loan if we think that those future investment growth rates are going to be 11%, then we should keep the loan. And I invite you to read the book to learn a whole lot more about why that is the case. But that's 11% is actually expecting quite a lot of investment growth rate in the future for those 15 years, well, 13 years in her case. And I would say that if your loan is 7% in terms of the interest rate, you should just go ahead and pay that off if you are unable to get into one of these lump sum type of situations where you suddenly have enough money to pay off the loan. All right, I hope this is helpful to you.